Hello beautiful people, it's Wuraola Olalekan here and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I prepared my CV to apply for a job that I had no prior experience in. They say that when you're applying, they expect you to have some level of experience, but out of the 4 jobs that I got in the space of 2 months, if you've not seen that video, you should check it out. I didn't have experience in any of those fields, actually. Let me break it down for you. So I studied human physiology, and the first job that I got, which is my place of primary assignment during my NYSC, was a business consulting firm, and I joined in the strategy and advisory department. Over time, I started handling social media, so digital marketing, content, and social media. How is that in relation to physiology? I remember when I reported to my local government, the woman attending to me looked at my papers, looked at what I studied in school, looked at the name of my place of primary assignment, and she asked the lady beside her, Ejo, physiology, medicine, medical field, like, is physiology not a medical course? And they were like, yeah. So she was trying to understand the correlation between what I studied in school and where I'll be serving during my NYSC. The second job that I got was the role of an executive assistant. I had no prior experience as an executive assistant. I had served in school while I was in school. I won't really call it executive assistant. Probably that was one of the things that I put in my CV. The third job was also for the role of an executive assistant, while the fourth job, I really cannot disclose any information about it right now, but trust me, it is mind-blowing. I blew my mind with what I did on that project. So how did I apply? The first job, if you watch that video, the first job I did not apply, the person reached out to me. The second job, which is the role of an executive assistant, is the one I applied to. My mentor sent in the story post, I had the job application, and I sent in my CV to the mail. So what did I include in that CV that allowed this person, Paul Thomason, actually pick me without having prior experience? He mentioned it actually, that he didn't have experience. I was looking for someone with experience. You did not have experience, but I still chose you. Thank you, sir. I saw a meme recently that says, thank you to all the employees that gave us a chance when we didn't have experience. That first job you got, that for me was Paul Thomason, because he didn't have to. I didn't know him from anywhere. So without much story, let's get into the video. When I saw the story post for the role of an executive assistant, there were a couple of things that were listed in that job listing, which I took note of. But the first thing that I did was I did an extensive research on the role. Trust me, at the point of me seeing that opportunity, I did not know the difference between a personal assistant and an executive assistant. So in the space of 4 hours, I did an extensive research on who an executive assistant is, what is their day-to-day task, what are their key responsibilities, what are their key performance indicators, what is the goal, what is the aim of getting an executive assistant, what is the difference between an executive assistant and a personal assistant. In fact, I saw a YouTube channel that was dedicated to excelling as an executive assistant, and I watched all the videos on that channel at night, did an extensive research on the role. I tried to understand what a day in the life of an executive assistant is. For someone to be looking for an executive assistant, what exactly are they looking for? I searched for the top players in that industry. Who are the top 10 executive assistants in the world? I'm not mediocre here, okay? Globally. I checked their LinkedIn page, I checked the skills that they have. I put down a list of the skills that they have, went deep into their page, tried to see what they did differently that helped them excel in that career field. Before this, I also have not taken a course on being an executive. I've not taken a virtual assistant course or an executive assistant course. I didn't have a certificate of to be a virtual assistant and all that, but I'm a curious learner. The next thing was I did an extensive research on the brand. Do an extensive research on the brand, the company, the organization, the industry, get to know what it is about. So I did an extensive research on Paul Thomason. I tried to understand who he was. Prior to that time, I did not know who he was. I think I had been under administration once. So I went to his social media, I did Google search, went to YouTube, went everywhere I could search for who Photomisin was, I went to his last post. I searched every single post. I looked for the people around him, who has he worked with before, his band members. I saw a couple of pages, the people he interacts with. I tried to understand this person and his nature, his environment, the kind of environment that I'm getting myself into actually, which is very important, because when you are looking for a job, many times you are focusing on just getting the job without trying to understand what that job environment is like. You'll be spending most of your time at work. So you want to ensure that the organization, the industry is something that you're interested in, something that you see yourself doing every day for at least a year. Okay, so I did an extensive research on him. I saw that this is gospel industry. This is music. I love music. This is gospel, purpose. It had everything that I wanted before I decided, okay, I'm going to apply for this role. I tried to understand the likes and dislikes of this person. I tried to understand their red flags. What are the things that turns them off? What are the things that they like? I tried to understand the personality of this person by checking them online, which is what you should do for every application. I get it that you want to send in tons of applications at a time. You want to spread your net so at least you can get a lot of job offers. But one of the things that sets you apart is sending personalized application to that industry. It shows that you've done your research and you know what you're getting yourself into. Once I've seen the skills that are necessary for me to excel in that job role, I check which of these skills do I have? Which of these things can I learn on the spot? Which of these skills do I have some form of experience in? I've probably stumbled into it one way or the other, seeing what I have and what I can build on and what I need to do immediately. I took a course as well. I would say I took a course, not a certified course, but a YouTube channel on excelling as an executive assistant. I watched all the videos on their channel, so I took a course. Do an internal audit and see if this is something that you actually can do. Which takes me to my next tip. Is this something that you can actually do? That was one of the things that I felt like I resolved. Can I do this? There are certain opportunities that I've seen that I did not bother applying for because I'm probably not a good accountant. I don't have a degree in engineering. Because many people are able to put up a good CV, but when they finally get the job, they don't know what to do. So ask yourself, do an internal audit. Is this something that I can actually do? Is this something that is within my capacities to do? And don't overthink it. Remember, take opportunities, okay? Then find a meeting point for all three. Find a meeting point for the skills needed to excel in that role. Find a meeting point, extensive research you've done about that job role, extensive research you've done about that organization, and an internal audit if you can actually serve in that capacity, if you can actually give yourself to that job. Learn from previous applications. Prior to this application, a long time ago, applied to a job opportunity from Ali Abdal with one of my favorite YouTubers. He was looking for a thumbnail designer, an experienced thumbnail designer, and I felt like I had experience because I was editing my thumbnails myself. The job listing was a bit intimidating. It was so detailed, and I took it as a challenge. I really wanted the job because it was a lot of money. It was going to be in thousands of pounds, and I really wanted the job. So I went the extra mile. I did an extensive research on the job role. What do I need to do to excel as a thumbnail designer? I did an extensive research about the organization. I checked for LinkedIn. I found the producer of his channel. I've been watching his videos before then and I did not know his producer. I found the producer of his channel, I found their marketer, I found some people in the team, and I tried to understand the core values of that team. That helped me craft a better application. I did not get the job, but the amazing things that I learned from that process is one of the things that stood me out in my application for the role of an executive assistant, which takes me to my next tip. One of the things that I learned from that process was to do something that it didn't ask for. Some job listings require you to just send in a CV. They just want to see your skills and your experience. But what I did, which is this, they asked me to send CV or resume, and I attached a cover letter to my CV. When I even checked it out later, I was impressed. So while this video is not to tell you how to arrange a CV, there are several videos on that. I would create a couple of resources and include in the description box that would help you craft a CV, like the nitty-gritties on what you need to post on what page, how you need to arrange this, what to put here, what not to include, and all that. That's not what I'm doing in this video, but I would include that in the description. Don't reach out to your employer telling them how their job will change your life. They really don't care. They need solution to a problem. So they don't want you coming to tell them how their job will put food on your table, how it make you have a job, or how it will change your life, or it will give you experience for where you are going, your dream. Take yourself out of the picture. Position yourself for that job. Apply with the perspective of an employer.